All right, this is part two of this thing about the black family. So now you've separated the black family economically, and you've created the environment to keep economic deprivation. And so now the family is in very bad hardship. Now you're coming out with the feminist movement, where you are telling the female that the door is open in America for you. Why is that? Because you want to further humiliate the black man, and you want to get the black woman into a position where she no longer feels she's on the level of the black man. So now you've given her jobs and positions and given her some income, and now she looks down on that black man like, nigga, you need to get a job. Nigga, you need to get this. But she doesn't remember where she was, where she couldn't get a job. But they intentionally open up the doors of opportunity for her because it's to further hurt their target, the black man. See? So now what happens is now you've got the black man being attacked verbally by the black woman with this scornful attack that you need to get out and get something that she couldn't get before the white folks opened up the door for her. So now you got, because of nature, you got the physically strong black man fighting with the black woman, and now the cops now can get on the scene and lock up more black men and cause more antagonism. So then the laws come out about child support. The child support becomes mandated because how can we further destroy this people? Child support. The woman will be so very quick to say this is economically good. Now there are many what you call deadbeat dads and no good dads and some no good damn moms too. You need to get it all straight. Black, white, yellow, and everything, all the colors. But in the black community, we have the situation where the media always wants to show the black man as being insensitive, tough, the gorilla type, snorting cocaine and all this kind of stuff. You need to be aware of the fact that there's a planned lie to further create the dilemma. So now we have the situation with antagonism. You got between the black man and the black woman. You got the black woman looking down on the black man now, and the white man says, "Look, come here. Let me show you a little bit of the opportunities in America." So you got people that jump on it, really jump on it, like Miss Berry. I won't get into her name again, and others who realize, oh well, the white man is opening up the door to me. So some of the white women look at it with disdain, but they understand. My white man is just playing a game. He knows who his real queen is, okay? Now, some of them go because they like chocolate. Some of them will go with that. And they're showing that they need to have some of that out there so the majority of black women can start saying, well, maybe I need me a black man, okay? All right, to further humiliate the black man. Maybe the black woman says, maybe I need me a white man. I want to get that right. So it should further humiliate the black man. So here we got this situation going on and on and on. Now, some of you are going to talk to me about the fact that the black man has got white women. Yeah, that's a door of opportunity. That's further the reason why that the white man is after him, because there's been a paranoia of white men about the should I say, the sexual prowess of the black man for a long, long time. That's a built-in inferiority complex. Okay? And what do the white women say when they get on that thing? They say, when you go black, you don't go back. None of us started that. So the white man is able to punish the white woman. He can get her back in line. She thinks she's out there, but he has kept it so that he can always snap you back when he gets ready to bring you back. He'll punish you so bad, economically and every other kind of way, that you'll get back in line when it's time. So now we have child support. I remember a situation where I had to give child support, and this was $18,000 when I sold the house. and later find out that my ex had such a terrible bad gambling habit. Okay, well, you got to wonder who benefited from that. I remember a situation where a young man in St. Anne, Missouri, um, he ended up, and this was a young white guy. He was a cab driver, and the courts ruled that he had to sell his doggone cab in order to pay for his back child support. That put him in economic capability of zero. But the courts didn't care because they're furthering this thing of child support as a divisive thing among families. I know a man right now, a black man, that's got $100,000 in child support debt. His health has gone down. He's had to have a kidney transplant. His body has been destroyed, and a part of that has been the constant worry of the economic problem that he's gotten in. Now, some of you women who have, keep in mind, black woman, they have opened up the door for you. You know, you're filling the colleges now. You're getting more economic ability than the capabilities now and opportunities than the black man. So you don't feel it anymore, hon. So you don't feel it anymore. You feel like, well, the nigga just don't need to be doing this, and he just don't need to be. You're right. But everything is sequential. There's steps involved in making a nigga. There's steps involved in making you, black woman, bigger. See, this was all planned. But when you strip all of that kind of stuff down, there's a motive behind it. Oh, and black woman, I want you to know something also. By the way, there's a movie that you need to watch. And if you want to go back and look at some of the movies about how you really have been treated, you might not be so up on that vanilla flavor. I can't remember that single movie. What was the name of that movie? No, the other one. What was it at? Antrimony? Antrimony? That's a new one. How do you spell it? A-T-R-I-M-O-N-Y. A-T-R-I-M-O-N-Y. Take a look at that movie. Black woman, take a look at that movie. Black man, take a look at that movie. It'll do some good for you. It's on Netflix. So that's where you're headed, black woman, when they get through with you. All right, you know where the black man, they got their plans for him, right? Now, in the midst of all of this, God has a plan. But see, we black people, we're spitting in the face of God and doing right. We're cleaving to ignorance and talking about the superiority that we have. That's incompatible. I mean, I think you're gonna continue to suffer until you get up off stupid, until you get up off of rejecting what's right, rejecting truth, rejecting those who try to stand up and speak up and try to get you to move forward. All your booty shaking and all that stupid stuff that you're doing makes you look like a doggone fool. Anyway, back to child support. Child support is another divisive tool, and it has caused a lot of problems in the black community. I remember a young woman, one of my daughters was doing the taxes, and she looked at her return, and she got mad. She got pissed. She said, "Ah, damn it, I'm going to have me another baby because I'm getting more money back than this." See, that's the mentality behind it. And, you know, some of the black women are sitting back just laughing all the way to the bank. I know of a Hollywood star who put out a movie, handsome guy, green eyes, so forth, curly hair way back. I mean, he was it, who is being drawn down because the song's not up there anymore. It's all about child support, see. Now, the greatest regard that I have for my exes are those who were sympathetic to the situation that I was in, okay? I've had times, you know, because of my stand for truth, a lot of times I abandoned jobs or jobs abandoned me because of principles. So I said to hell with the damn job, I'm going to stand on principles and put myself sometime in marketing and economic low situations. But the women that I respect the most realize, hey, I've got a black man that's standing up for something. And the ones that I respect the least are the ones that tried to grind me into the system just because they could. And keep in mind, one of them had a gambling habit. Okay? So if you're under the guise that all this money is being used for good, you're stupid. Now, Donald Trump has exposed a lot. He talked about the fake news. He told you something about the Clintons and so forth. Now, we're getting rid of all these people in this cabinet. You act as if his cabinet has been a righteous cabinet that has done good. We have a prayer that we pray every day that the crooked institutions of America will be destroyed. And I see the destruction happening of some of the most crooked institutions in America. We're praying also that the criminal justice system in America be totally destroyed and be redone all over, because it's based upon unrighteousness. Men getting given sentences that are not fair for the time that they crime that they actually did. We pray against that. And how does it happen? It has to happen through something unusual. And if Donald Trump is not unusual, I don't know what is. See, the whole system of America is based upon unrighteousness and unfair advantage. And you can't fix this system. A lot of it has got to be totally destroyed so people can get back to working and doing things that make sense. I personally believe that the whole system of monogamy is being pushed by the American government and white supremacists because they do not want black people to think tribal again, because there would be too much of an advantage. One time I had an exterminating service, and I remember going to a Chinese apartment because I did some of their restaurants. And when I went there, I was so surprised. Two things I saw. One I saw about 13 or 14 people living in one small, maybe 2-bedroom apartment. They even had their boxes. Some of them were still wet from the restaurant. They're piled up in the middle. They did things very collectively. And I thought about that. I said, oh my God, the rent here is about what $500 a month? And with all of these people here, they probably not paying but about $75 each per month to live in a very plush apartment. Smart. Black people, you got to start getting smart. Maybe monogamy is another tool being used against you, just like Christianity is. They ain't got nothing to do with wonderful Jesus, because Jesus was a man of God. Okay? Christianity wasn't around when he was here. Over 1,000 years passed before that showed up. So we got to rethink everything, people. You got to rethink everything. And for you to be so quick to say, I know the women, you're going to be mad because you done relied upon the white man's system to dog your black brother out. And I know some of them ain't worth 6 cents right now. But why did they get to the point that they're not worth 6 cents? If you go farther and deeper down, and if you start showing some compassion, now you might talk about how, there's a lot of dirt been done by black men to black women. See? Oh, definitely a lot of dirt, but there's been a lot of love been given too. There's been a lot of sincere efforts that have been spit upon, and because the system creates animosity. The present child support system creates further divide. And don't act like you done right by all that money. A lot of times you sit back, you done sat on your buns because you felt like a certain amount of money was coming, no matter what he did. I know of a young man that just recently died of cancer. And I remember when he called me because the woman that he had a baby by was dogging him out. See, do you realize psychological stress, emotional stress breeds contention and breeds also disease? Well, I'm sure that person would never think that they had anything to do with it, because they would just think about their money. Because the white man said, this is your money, and we're going to get your man, or lock him up, right? So you think about all of this stuff. A very unusual, strange man is in office who's really about his own agenda. But among his own agenda, God is using him to tear down a system that we have got to admit. You act like you want this system to stand. It's been unrighteous ever since you've been in it, black man, black woman. And you so quick to defend it. Let me tell you something. I went to a gas station, and I happened to go in and buy $20 worth of gas, and there was a sister there and a man that I thought he was Arab. And I said, sister, how you doing? She said, oh, okay. I said, well, how's this Arab treating you today? And I was smiling at him, smiling at her. And boy, sister jumped on me. She said, let me tell you something. She said, that was offensive. That was very offensive for you to say that. That's like calling us nigger. I'm like, good God Almighty. And I said, sir, was that offensive to you? He said, that's not like a word that we like, because he said, I'm Iraqi. I said, well, I didn't know that you were Iraqi. I said, no offense, man. And the sister wanted to straighten me out. And I said, man, I tell you, your pit bull over here has been trained quite well. I mean, she's going to defend that man over there. I said, okay, all right. I said, sister, I said, one day you need to think about defending your own people. Because part of what I see right now is a part of our problem. We quick to defend somebody else, and we ain't got a damn thing. And they started a conversation. I felt the anointing come upon me to tear some drawers, and I started talking. And before I left, the place was total silence. Because, I got some facts that I can drop and some emotional appeal that I can place. So I know you didn't expect to get all of this on the call, and maybe my therapy was in getting on this video today. But I hope something was said that would make you think. Napoleon Hill said, think and grow rich. So that if you don't think, what does that give you? Does that mean stay poor? We got some problems we got to solve. Now, I want to say this also about the child support situation. As I do have family members that are very close that are white, 100% white. Well, maybe going to DNA, you probably won't find that to be true, but some of them are very close to me. I endear them very closely because of their actions. It is the actions. Jesus says you judge a tree by the fruit that it bears, not the color of the fruit. All right? There are onions, wild onions, that are edible. And there's another plant just like it, looks almost just like it, that'll kill you. So you can't go by the color. And I want to say that I've seen unfairness among my young white nephews. I was very upset at what some of the young white women were doing to them. Oh yeah, some of them got caught up in the drug scenario, went to jail, right? And the young white women was turning the tourniquet. You ever seen those torture things where they keep turning it? No sympathy. And their lives were about, the young white girls' lives were about nothing. Laying up in bed with 2 and 3 men, getting him mad, and he's coming down fighting, and he go to jail. See, this is all manipulation. Those people up in power, they keep the struggle and the battle going on. I am totally against the present child support laws. Now, if you take a country like the Philippines where there is no child support laws, if you get the average Filipino woman, it is a lot different in her attitude toward her man than over here in the States. Okay? Because they understand there has to be some kind of attempt toward joint economics because they both are suffering together. There is no welfare over there. You go over there and see some abject poverty, but there's a different attempt to struggle together than over here. All right? So I'm against the present laws. I'm against deadbeat dads. But we got to find some justice because the way the system is now is being used inhumanely. Should a man be forced to pay for a child that he has given birth to? I say yes. Should there be some kind of child support legislation? I say yes. You say, well, what did you just say? That you act like it's supposed to come down. I said that what's here today is totally inhumane. It's being used. It needs to be redone as well. There needs to be some guidelines. There needs to be some rules made as to what the woman has to do other than to sit on her behind when she's milking the man for money. It needs to be more of a two-way street than a one-way street. It's like a unilateral or one-sided attack on the man now. If you're going to attack those in reference to taking care of the children, bring the attack from both sides. Put demands upon the woman to do something that you think she should be trying to do. Okay? Or the man if the woman's paying child support. There's women paying child support too. So this system needs overhaul. Those are my views. Obviously in America, some folks won't agree, but those are my views.